And now today.
Yes, my friends, today truly is the moment. Welcome to the Unbox Me Today show. I'm your host, Coach Vaidya. Don't fake it till you make it, believe it, and become it. My next guest is also an amazing person, so make sure that you pay attention very closely. Dr. Brian Grossman, and let me tell you how great he is. He has a PhD. He is a dynamic speaker, part of the Eric Loughlin international corporate trainer and an emotional mastery coach who empowers sales professionals and leaders to achieve breakthrough results. With over 40 years of experience and a background in clinical psychology, Dr. Brian transforms mindsets using science-based strategies tested in Fortune 500 firms, healthcare, and high-stakes environments. His journey overcoming myasthenia gravis and leading transformative seminars shows how mastering emotions creates lasting success in sales and leadership. Dr. Brian's core belief: when you master emotion, you unlock performance. Audiences gain actionable tools for growth, resilience, and authentic achievement. So, without any further delay, let me welcome my good friend, the super talented, super handsome, the guy who walked to school uphill both ways in the snow, barefoot, the one, the only Dr. Brian Grossman. Well, welcome to the show, Brian. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. And wow, what a great introduction that was. I barely knew myself. So thank you so much.
Well, you're amazing and I'm amazing. Really, and so is the audience. They're amazing too. And if you want to keep it amazing, click the link below so that you can comment on the live. So let's just dive right in. I don't like to waste time. Let's just get right to the fun stuff. So how does mastering your emotions impact sales results and leadership effectiveness?
So I'm positive. So just real fast, I've worked in 3 maximum security prisons. I've worked in psychiatric hospitals. My dad was from Brooklyn, New York, came to California where I was born. And I'm sure we've all had the experience of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person.
Sure.
And I have overreacted many times. So emotional mastery allows you to stop trying to control very powerful emotions in the moment.
Yeah.
And instead take charge. So if I get angry, and I have been told many times and confronted by all sorts of different people with insults or put downs in front of people, and it took me a while to, 1, figure it out, and 2, not to react in the moment. And so when you react professionally and stay in charge, other people aren't sure how to handle that. So you automatically emotionally take them off balance, because when people get angry, they get into logic mode. So whatever you come up with, whatever your response is, they're not even listening. So what happens is when you can take charge of your emotional responses, you're no longer in the position of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, because I'll show you in this interview, and thank you again for having me. You reset your brain very quickly, and it allows you to ask this question: what's the best response?
I like it.
Silence, and you will automatically come up with that answer.
Now, can you share a technique for quickly shifting emotional state, like during a high pressure situation, whether it's a job interview, maybe it's breaking up with a girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe it's meeting someone for the first time, maybe it's I don't know, you have to give the eulogy or you have to give a speech.
If you are in the moment in front of people, the absolute best technique is to pretend you're sniffing up a nasal spray. And you literally, you don't have to do it loudly, but let's say Raja is confronting me. I can simply do this 3 times really fast. Now I'm going to make it loud so you can all hear. But I can do that without the noise. But if you close your lips and sniff in hard 3 times, it's impossible not to reset your brain. It is a neurological fact. And what's crazy is we've known this for thousands of years,
Yeah.
but traditional medicine doesn't quite look at that. And there's lots of sources you can check. I love Dr. Joe Haberman. He has a YouTube channel. He demonstrates this. But if you can reset in the moment, now, let's say I'm doing the eulogy, and I fortunately or unfortunately had to do that a few years ago for both my parents. And I just did that technique in the back, and then I came out, and hopefully none of you have to do a eulogy, but I will say that my rabbi gave me the best advice ever. He said, who comes to a funeral? Close friends and family who know your family, and then a bunch of other people who are associated with you. So make everybody laugh. They'll remember that. Doesn't matter what family dynamics you had. If you make everybody laugh, they'll remember you were the adult in the room, and that's all you want.
Yeah. Yeah. And I gotta say, like, public service announcement, like myself, like this year has been rough for our family. We've lost 6 people in the past 8 months. And, you know, sometimes you just go through some really tough things over the year. And, you know, when we talk about the 5 stages of grief and going through it, I remember the first time it took me 2 months, and then it was like 3 weeks, then it was 1 week, then it was 5 days, then it was like 5 hours. And you almost get, I hate to say desensitized to it, it's not, but it's more about it's understanding it. And then you tend to be able to face it. So, and I tell the same thing to my son is that, you know, when someone's trying to trigger you purposely, because he's on the ASD spectrum. So people, you know, kids and especially bullies will try to, you know, of course, get a rise out of you. And I tell them, don't let people control your emotional state. If they do that, then they have control over you, right? So what you're saying is being able to reset means you bring control back into yourself. So I love that. You're going to bring the victory bell for that. That's beautiful. And you know what? You know, let's take it a step further. So you're teaching sales professionals about this mindset reset. So what is the largest mindset barrier you see in sales pros, and how do you help them overcome it? Because sometimes if they're new to sales, they don't want to talk, or they feel a little bit shy. Maybe they have imposter syndrome, and who am I to sell something to somebody else that they don't need? But, you know, what do you help them to get over that?
Oh, you just cued my brain. I was going to say there's 2 processes that are tied.
Perfect.
And then you just reminded me of the third. So I want to just comment for a moment. Selling something they don't need. That's really hard to do.
Yep.
You have the belief, this is what my client or customer needs, why it's useful, then you're 90% in. But then the other part that sneaks in emotionally, there's 2 keys to sales. There's prospecting. Are you making the calls? And when you get no, it's hard. It's numbing. The more you prospect, the more you win. And I've learned that with Eric Lawfo, my coach, who I now work for. And the more you prospect, the more you win. The more you put yourself in front of people, the more you win. Now, the other part, which I learned back in 1998, I was a seminar leader, and you were sent to the seminar, how to communicate better, how to be a better supervisor. I was supposed to sell you back of the room books and tapes, and you were angry, you were sent. So I got people over that hump. And then when Eric was coaching me, he said to me, Brian, I listened to your pitch. You did everything I asked you to do except one thing. And I want you all to memorize this. Ask for the close. Tell them how to buy from you. That's your close. So Raja, I need you to fill out this form, do A, B, and C, go to this website. Let me stay on Zoom with you, or when they're right in front of you. Tell them how to buy, because if you don't, they won't. They don't know how. No matter how smart your audience is, they don't know how to buy from you. So if you can do those 2 things, you're going to be much more of a wanted salesperson, a likable salesperson. And then, of course, it's trust and rapport. So, for instance, you see my superheroes behind me. I want all of you to be a superhero in 2 ways. A sales superstar, but a superstar for yourself. What can you tap into that's you? I, of course, love science fiction and fantasy. Tap into what's
Me
you.
too.
And none of you can sense it right now, but I'm reading your personalities because I'm a PhD now. I can read people. So tap into your strengths and tie them together
Yeah.
with what we use, sales scripting. Not Raja, thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah.
That's not scripting. Scripting is powerful anchors that you use to tell a story, frame
Yeah.
it to bring your buyer in. And let's say they don't buy right now. If
Mm-hmm.
they're in your pipeline, you win. If
Yeah.
you keep in contact with them. And one more tip real fast, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I
Yeah.
already looked up Raja. And
Mm-hmm.
I learned this when he and I were talking about being on this show.
Yeah.
This is something salespeople can do easily. Raja tells me his hobbies. I put a Google alert in. Oh, there's this article on meditation and outdoor
Mm-hmm.
fishing. I say, Raja, just wanted to let you know I found this article. I hope you find it useful. That's it.
Boom. You just create
You
some
gain
rapport.
respect
Yep.
instantly.
I
And,
love it.
I have Google alerts for all the movies I'm interested in, big movie fan. And
Right.
friends of
Right.
mine
That's
would
great. That's
text me and
great.
say, hey, this
Yep.
movie's coming out.
Right. Right. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Well, Dr. Brian, fantastic information and really actionable. I really appreciate that you're sharing that. Now, you have something else that you want to give to people. We have your book link down below. Tell us, what is your book and what's it about? And by the way, I twisted his arm. He's going to give you a 99-cent offer for this book. So make sure you grab it right away before the price changes. So tell us what they're going to get when they click on that.
So the Kindle version, it's Elevate and Empower,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an anthology book.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 8 authors. It's 99 cents. I
Perfect.
apologize. I can't give it away for free.
Yep.
However, my chapter is and my book will be out next year. It's called The Human App: How to
Yep.
Be Your Authentic Self in an Artificial World. And it's
Oh,
all about being your true self, tuning out the negative noise, and reconnecting with people.
He said the human app, how to be
Your
your
authentic self
authentic
in an
self.
artificial world. Not to say you're not going to use AI, but
Yeah,
AI is a
everybody
tool.
will. You have to. It's going to be the standard of business some way, shape, or form. All right, folks, that is the huge gift that Dr. Brian has on there for you. Make sure you grab that. And by the way, those who are watching on the live, you thrive. If you're on the replay, you get to play again. Give us some thumbs up, give us some hearts so that we know that you're getting impact and value from the show. And make sure you click the link below because you just got a huge value add right there. So, Dr. Brian, let's move forward. I always say that people don't join a person. People don't join a business. They join a person. So we want to get to know more about you. Now, I think you already touched upon this, but tell us again anyway. That where did you grow up and how did you grow up?
So I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. If
Mm-hmm.
anybody listening, Southern California, 2 older brothers. My dad was a middleman. He owned a pleating and embroidery factory. And from kindergarten to 9th grade, I thought I wanted to run that company. And we were down there every summer working at it. And that's where I learned organization. In fact, I'll just share this real fast. There's a difference between white thread color and
Mm-hmm.
white A7 color. And you don't see it till you take white A7 and put it on black. So I learned all those micro differences, but my dad had the same workforce for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
It's in the 70s.
Talk about productivity.
Not really a known thing for small businesses.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So I learned those principles, but then I learned I had a neurological disorder at age 10. They thought it was much more severe than it turned out to be, but it was muscle weakness and I couldn't play with other kids. But that taught me, hey, why do people treat you differently when they can't see the disorder?
Right.
Why am I being ridiculed because I can't play basketball for hours?
Mm-hmm.
From that, I got to do my first talk
in
front of 1,200 people at age 16.
That's fantastic. And down below, you see under my title, I talk about the ROI of invisible superpowers. Dr. Brian has an invisible, I always say like my invisible disability or superpower is actually is my speech impediment. But Dr. Brian, he has myasthenia gravis. guess what? We all have invisible superpowers because in spite of that challenge, we found a way to make ourselves successful and very useful and valuable to society on a whole. And that's one thing I'm trying to educate all corporate leaders and people leaders about, is that anybody with some sort of an invisible challenge is not someone more expensive. You don't have to spend more accommodations for it. They're not going to slow down your team. In fact, studies have shown for every 10% increase in diversity you add to a team culture, you're increasing ROI by 350% to your bottom line. So, it actually makes good business sense to hire people that have different abilities. That's it, because they will find other ways to solve problems and to move your company forward. Now, what about, tell us about a little bit about do you have a favorite, like growing up, was there a favorite movie or favorite book that helped shape the way you think today?
Our family went to movies. I'm a movie quote guy.
Oh, me too. I love it.
My first really wow movie was at a theater that they're hopefully going to reopen. It's called the Cinerama Dome in Hollywood. And it was the first movie with an intermission, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So
Oh my
the
God,
flying
yes.
car goes off the cliff, intermission, and then we come back and the car starts flying.
Yeah.
And so from that to superhero movies, James Bond movies, it tapped me into what can we all do as our own strength and help other people or connect to other people.
Mhm.
Now, just to clarify, I was very lucky when I turned 18. Myasthenia gravis sort of left my system. The neurologist said it might have been
Wow.
something else, but I still had all these different ways of relating to people. So, what can
Right.
you do to tap into your strengths? So, I couldn't be the football star or the
Yeah.
basketball star, but I was head of student government. I
Same
went
thing.
into
Yep.
drama, community events,
Yeah.
and movies are my passion. I
Yeah.
think they relate us well to many things
And you
in
know what's
life.
funny? I think that a lot of times, a lot of us relate to movies because you get pulled into that new universe of something big and bold, and it makes something new possible. And for me, I got bullied so much as a child, especially like in middle school, and I just was so sick of it. I was like, I gotta do something. I don't know what to do. Should I join a team? Should I try to talk to the guidance counselor? I saw The Karate Kid in
Ah,
1984, and that gave me the belief that karate is a life-changing event. The next day, I asked my mom, "Mom, can I take karate?" She's like, "Beta, no, they're going to hurt you." And then, and then I asked my dad. I said, "Oh, okay, beta, we'll see." And the next day, we go to the class, we go check it out. He signs me up for a year. Boom. So that started my journey, and I'm telling you, it completely changed my life. And now as a seventh degree grandmaster, after 41 years in the martial arts, and I'm in the Black Belt Hall of Fame, a couple of movies, and I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that I had no idea what I was capable of starting that journey. So don't be afraid to start something new. What about what is your favorite kind of music? I always find this is a fun question.
boy, I will share with you a best friend that I've known 40 years.
Yep.
We used to have these things in plastic with film in them, cassette tapes. He would put it in a
Yep.
cassette tape while we were carpooling, and he broadened my world into rock and roll. In the mid 70s, I heard one or two Beatles songs. Well, my favorite Beatles song is The Two of Us.
Yeah.
We're driving, going nowhere, having fun together. And music is one of my favorite, what I call the mental health toolbox.
Yes.
So,
Hmm.
5 things: Bible or Torah verse,
Yep.
movie quote,
Yep.
comedy bit, music bit. If you can flash through your favorites
Yeah.
in that pressure moment and breathe in, you've reset your whole brain, and
I
that
love it.
gives you control. But I love the Beatles. My wife and I have gone on a sort of aging rock and roll tour. We got to see Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, Bob
Yeah.
Seger. But I love rock and roll, but I also love classical music. I will often tell my
Yeah.
uh, home device speaker. I won't mention the name because it'll start playing.
I know it'll start playing. I know. I get it. Yeah.
Play
Yep.
classical music for studying. Play
Yep.
classical music for concentration. And it's just on low in the background. But while I'm plugging away at work,
right,
it helps tune my brain to focus.
Gotcha. I love it. Now, what's a fun fact about you that maybe people don't know?
I'll say I use humor to get people to memorize. So if you laugh in one of my keynote speeches or training sessions,
Yep.
you're more apt to remember. I don't do the punishment thing. And if you all remember, or if you haven't seen it, go to YouTube. Alec Baldwin, Glengarry, Glenn Ross, the sales speech. First prize is a Mercedes, second prize is steak knives, third prize is you're fired. At Eric Law Home International, and Eric taught me this, it's rapport building, it's connecting, and it's people need encouragement more than anything else. And I absolutely convinced for emotional mastery, you have to laugh. I mean, there's too many outside stuff and craziness, but if you can chuckle and get the point, and then one more quick thing, write it, say it, do it, kinesthetic, then you get all the learning. But a real fun thing is I'm a movie fanatic quote machine. And I'll never forget one guy shouted out at a seminar, I'm remarried now happily. I did get divorced one time. And one guy yells out, he says, how do you know all these freaking movie quotes? You have no life. Fun. And I said, no, technology hasn't improved one thing, ironing. And when I'm ironing alone in my apartment, I put on a movie on my VHS or DVD or now streaming.
Yeah,
now streaming. The same movie over and over. Now, just so you remember, my dad was the middleman. He wanted us to exceed him. If the movie was a book, when we went to see the movie, we had to read the book afterwards.
Yes, I said the same thing to my kids too. It's like, if you want to watch it, let's read the book. And so,
and just real quick, because it's in the news, Wicked Part 2 is coming out. My wife and I are going to go see it. When I was working at a maximum security prison, we went to this conference center across the compound. And when the guy opened the window because the door wasn't working, he had the mustache from the original Wizard of Oz. And I looked up and I said, hi, kind sir, we've come all the way from the mental health yard to come to the conference room. Can you let us in? And he gave the line, can't you see the doorbell's broken and you need to bang on the door? And he shut the window. So I banged on the door.
That's funny.
Everybody around me hadn't seen it. So I want to just share this with you. Wizard of Oz. If any of you are in any profession and you haven't seen the original, there's 3 keys to the movie: your brain, your heart, and courage. And you need all of those to be successful. That's why the Wizard of Oz is powerful. But I told everybody standing around me, talking to the chief of mental health, none of you are doing therapy till you see the Wizard of Oz and the Godfather.
Right. That's great.
These clients in the prison are going to pull the wool over your eyes.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Dr. Brian. Amazing stuff. You got to ring the victory bell, and there's his link down below. Make sure you grab his book. So last question for you before we shift over to our mind shift moment here, Dr. Brian. What is what is your favorite food? I always find this is always telling.
So I'm Jewish. We make a dessert or a breakfast. It's a crepe with a special cheese inside. It's called cheese blintz. And before they came out with nonstick pans, my mom would use a ladle, pour the crepe in, 30 seconds on a hot pan. She would take the pan, turn it over, and bang it on a stationary cutting block we had in the middle of our kitchen. Well, our kitchen faced the street, and that echoed throughout the street. So we had same age kid friends as my 2 older brothers. My mom would make 300 blintzes for our birthdays because every neighborhood kid would come over for dinner. But it is my favorite meal. It's just delicious.
Oh, I love it. Very cool. All right, folks. Thank you so much, Dr. Brian. We're going to send you to the green room. I have a quick phone call to make. Where did my phone go? Oh, there it is. Here we go. So, hello. We need a stack of blintzes in the green room. Stat. Thanks so much. All right, totally real phone call with my calculator phone. And Dr. Brian, thank you so much. You've been an amazing guest. Make sure you grab his link down below, and we'll bring you right back. So, folks, before we head off, make sure you also grab. If you have not seen it yet, we have a sponsor of the week here. We have the Rising Tide Summit, or the Phoenix Rising Summit is coming tomorrow. I'm going to be one of the VIP speakers on the summit. Make sure you click that link down below as well so that you can watch me speak, and hopefully you get some great value out of it. And as you always know, we're always trying to uplift you, helping you to make waves in your life so that you do something positive. But sometimes when you start to make waves, something else has to happen first. You got to make a big splash.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.
All right. So folks, Dr. Brian had something great to talk about when he was younger, and he thought that there were things that he couldn't do. So we had to find other ways to become valuable. He joined the debate team. He joined the student government. He did other things that, even though he couldn't physically do things as well, he found other ways to become valuable. How many of us think that we're not capable, but actually we are more powerful than we realize? I had no idea, looking back 40 plus years, I become a world champion and qualify for the Olympics at age 18. I had no idea that was even possible for me. But because I took one choice, one step that said, you know what, I think I can. And truly, that's why one of those famous books back then, the like a little train that could. Yes, it's a very, very, very simplistic tale, but it has such larger ramifications for all of us. For those of us in a corporate job, I think I can become the manager or the project lead, but I don't know if I should or should I even permit. You get this imposter syndrome. Well, who are you not to? Why not? Why would you hold back your value from the rest of the world? Like, who told you that you're not good enough? And sometimes right now, when we look at social media or the news or something, and we start to compare ourselves to other people's lives, 95% of that stuff is fake. And a lot of it now you start seeing, do not get fooled by AI, because now with Sora and other things, they're making videos that are so lifelike, you can't tell reality anymore. Don't compare yourself to that. I say, get into a group of people that are like-minded. And I would say Toastmasters, or your local Rotary Club, or your local church group, or local community center. Do something in a volunteer effort, and all of a sudden you start to see the real humanity out there. Go to a soup kitchen and give out food over Thanksgiving once a year, and just see the kind of humanity that shows up, and it will fill you and fulfill you in a way that nothing else is possible. Don't let social media ruin how great you are by comparing yourself and thinking you're less. You are not. You are so much more. I used to think, because of my speech problem, that there were, out of 10,000 things, I couldn't do 9,990. I was wrong. In fact, it's actually flipped. So when I give my keynote, how to flip your fear to your superpower, it's about that idea, that concept, that out of 10,000 things, you can do 9,990. Maybe there's 10 things you can't do. That's less than 1%, right? So don't be sad about that less than 1% you can't do. Focus on the 99.9% that you are powerful and you can do better than anybody else in the world. So let's bring Dr. Brian back, and hopefully he saved me some food. Dr. Brian, welcome back.
I sure did. I put blueberries on top of yours. So.
All right. So what do you think about that 60-second mindset? What is your biggest takeaway, and what would you add to it, sir?
Absolutely perfect. It is so close to my message, which is emotional mastery. But my takeaway is, find your strength, find your voice. Don't compare yourself. When you compare yourself to others, we're human. So we always compare ourselves to someone who's 1 or 2 or 10 steps ahead of us.
Yeah.
If you take 20 minutes a day and be focused on what you need to accomplish at a time, you'll be more productive. Just keep moving forward, and you can do it. And then because Raja, you reminded me, it's 99 cents for the Kindle book. If people either email me, Brian, Brian, at ericlawfilm.com, or just find me on LinkedIn and Facebook, say Raja Show, Victory Mindset, I will give you a free consult and a free report. So,
All right. Perfect. Thank you so
I want
much.
to help you all take a step up.
Yep. Okay. So last question of the day. If someone gave you a blank check, what would be your grand vision to change the world?
Wow, great question.
Mm-hmm.
If I had that blank check, I would make it possible that we all connect as humans. We remember from before COVID, when we
Right.
mingle, when we communicate, when we meet in person,
Yeah.
the whole planet has more similarities together than we do differences. And if we could connect to those
Mm-hmm.
common bonds, the whole world will change. And so
Certainly.
I do that one step at a time, neighbor to neighbor, salesperson to salesperson, professional to professional. And remember, you don't have to, not everybody is your friend, but be friendly to everyone. And you will connect
Absolutely.
with so
I
many
love
people.
it.
Your life will
Beautiful
be
stuff.
empowered.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Brian. Make sure you grab his gift link. It'll be down below in the show notes or in post. And everybody out there, I want to thank you for being here. Dr. Brian, thank you. You've been an amazing guest. You get the victory bell again. And I just want to say, everybody, remember, out there in life, not every, like what he just said, social media has changed what the term friend means. And on social media, it's just a connection. That doesn't mean they're your friends. They're not going to help you change a tire at 2 a.m. They're not going to pick you up at the airport. They're not going to help you move. They're not going to be there consoling you if you break up or you lose someone in your family. Understand what a real friend is. And if you can do that, you're going to change your life in ways that will add value to you. So thank you so much, Dr. Brian. This is the Unbox Me Today show. We're at episode 459, hitting 500 by the end of the year to show that people with invisible superpowers have tremendous value and ROI for every company. Thank you so much.
I want to come back and be guest 501.
Definitely, sure. I'm your host, Coach Raja. Thank you so much. Don't fake it till you make it. Instead, believe it and become it. And we'll see everybody on the next show. Bye-bye. Great. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Brian. All right. So last 3 questions for your testimonial real fast. Just, why do you want to come on this show today? Why here?
First of all, I met Raja in a networking group online, and victory mindset spoke to me. The next thing that spoke to me, super professional, however, super empathic and reachable. I mean, I felt like we connected online right away.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at some of your shows, I thought, wow, I literally thought, what do I have to do to be a guest? And then I saw you think, you have to do these 5 things. And I'm like, I hope it's not jump through a hoop. And absolutely I will call it your superpower is beyond everything you've overcome and how you've made yourself to be so great as a speaker professional. You are reachable, easy to talk to, and a great interviewer. So the idea that you open yourself up to other professionals rather than just be, frankly, a talking head expert is remarkable. And in today's world, we need other experts to connect to. So I just felt like, wow, this is great. And I emailed several of my friends. Now I'm just going to send them your link to book a call with you.
Absolutely. And by the way, this whole show in the beginning, I just built the plane as a flight. I didn't know what I was doing. The first 50 interviews were pretty bad. And, but you learn along the way. There's a thing called fail forward, and the more you fail forward, the more you feel faster and just the better you get. One of my speaker coaches said, first 100 speeches you give are going to suck, but each one is going to suck less. And that's how you get good. There's no, I always joke around like speaking is a full contact sport. You have to do it. You can't watch it from the sidelines, evaluate, I'll do it later, and I'll just kind of mentally make a note. No, you got to be on the stage, feel it, feel the heat of the lights, feel the breath of the audience, see their eyes and their contact, see the smiles when you say a joke, and it changes you, and you feel that emotional transgression going on. It's that transference of emotional energy is what uplifts that whole audience, and I love it. So, what about so? What was your biggest takeaway from the show today?
Two takeaways. One, you're able to connect your superpower to whoever your guest is, and that's powerful. Now, obviously, we're like-minded in terms of emotional mastery and victory mindset, but no matter who you, let's say your guest was a tech expert to help people, you're able to totally focus on the strength of your guest and tie it into what you're doing. And I think that's a powerful skill I need to get better at. And then I also love how you just you keep going. When I first started doing things on StreamYard, I was just like, oh wait, and it's like, you know what? I don't care. Now I'm going to just
don't care anymore. It doesn't matter.
You know, colleagues of mine would say, oh, your background in the lighting, and I'm like, did you get the content? Yeah. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I'll get the lighting, and I'll get better, and I'll be in a studio one day. But right now, this is what I have.
Yeah,
and so be where you're at, what I take away from you too. It's like where you're at, step up one step at a time.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, there were great videos out there that went viral. You know, a couple of years ago, there's this woman, completely unscripted, put on the Chewbacca mask and started talking like Chewbacca. She just started laughing and laughing. That thing got over 2 million views because it was unscripted. It was on. It's not about the video quality and perfect videos, and so it's about sometimes just the content. How do you connect with people? That connection is the number one thing why people will want to reach out to you, because you reach something in them, and that's the most powerful thing. And just last question, you know, scale 1 to 10, how much would you recommend me to somebody else's stage?
10.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much, sir. Totally unbiased question. And but you know, we like to have a good time here. So Dr. Brian, thank you so much. And we are out of here.